When No Man's Sky was released in 2016, the only character you could play as was yourself. It was a first-person game where a small being explored a massive, procedurally generated universe. But you never got to see the character. You always experienced the worlds through their eyes, and you were all alone. There was no multiplayer when the game was originally introduced. You were just set adrift in the vast loneliness of space. The avatar you control is not your companion. They never speak or make any of their histories known to the player. They do not alleviate the loneliness that the player might feel. Rather, they force the player to confront and take responsibility for the actions they take with the avatar's body. There are other intelligent beings around you as you play, but they know that you don't belong there. They know that you are an outsider, an alien among aliens. Every world you visit is not yours. You will never find your home, or name, or language. Even the central plotline emphasizes this lonely journey as you move from galaxy to galaxy in search of the Atlas Stone. But when you reach the center, the promise of answers, the game resets. The game hints that there might be others, somewhere out there, but even those other travelers are alien to you. There is no one race or planet associated with them. Their only commonality is that they are alone. I personally find these early playthroughs to be the most personally moving, playing as an anonymous space explorer trying to end our loneliness together. The game came out in a time of my life where I was very unsure of where my journey would take me. I found that I could deeply empathize with the process my feelings of loneliness through the simple steps the game laid out. I could understand suddenly waking up to a new world where something I believed to be true was gone, where everyone around me seemed like aliens. I spent so much time in the game just walking around worlds at the bottom of oceans, beside giant alien beasts, all the while reveling at how little I mattered to all of these creatures and worlds. I was forced to confront how tiny and powerless I was, how I needed to take joy in the tiny, quiet moments of seeing a sunrise or a fantastical creature, or just being alive to see a new world. There is no vast war in No Man's Sky. You aren't a chosen soldier, a prince whose one goal is to save the day. You aren't special. You're just lost. When I reached the center, the Atlas, and found that the journey had been the goal all along, I wasn't disappointed. I felt a deep peace watching as the Atlas devoured my progress and set me gently down on a new world thousands of miles from its burning heart. I didn't feel abandoned, even if I didn't understand why I was alone. I could live with it. But the game has changed. Now there is the option to create a character to play in third person. Now I play differently. In my current game, I play as a traveler called Nyriad. I'm not alone when I play. I often feel like Nyriad and I are corresponding through the evolving lore of the game. New quests have been added, new stories, and now I often find myself not making the choice I would make, but rather the one I believe Nyriad would. Throughout my playing, Nyriad has slowly sprouted into a very opinionated voice in the back of my head. She likes tropical worlds, archipelagos, she dislikes caves and deserts, she prefers to be alone and avoids space stations whenever she can. But Nyriad isn't alone. At 1 a.m. on a Thursday a few weeks ago, a traveler logged onto my server. I'd never had this happen to me before. I was so excited I immediately contacted them, and we found a place to meet. He had never played the game before, so it took us another hour of wandering before we found each other. He was playing as a stout alien with a broad, flat head. I should have been ecstatic. I wasn't alone, but all I felt was a sort of hollow reunion. I still can't say exactly what about that meeting made me so deeply uncomfortable. I feel as though the closest I could explain it would be to ask you to imagine a stranger suddenly appearing in your dream and saying that the dream is theirs too. It made me realize that what had been such a deeply personal journey was really something thousands of other people had already made faster, made better. But in the mythology of No Man's Sky, Nyriad should be thrilled, and I can imagine after spending so many hours in the game that she would be. But I couldn't be. It was this final piece that fully separated the character I used to play in the game from the one I play now. Nyriad is a little bit of me. a little bit of the self I am when I play the game. But she will never be a full extension of myself. Nyriad will never see the travel the worlds as I do. As I did the first 3 times I played the game, because now neither one of us is alone.